Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
Winter's coming though, ladies.
What's been going viral this week is how delusional Travis Hunter has been over his girl. Excuse me, his fiancé.
You ain't never had no girl, so why y'all talking about me?
First of all, my nigga, I think you're projecting. All due respect, you the one acting like you ain't never had a girl.
Find something else to talk about. Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life.
Second of all, my boy, we all love you. We would love to see you in a loving relationship, but the bottom line is your girl's behavior opened up the door to all this scrutiny. And honestly, it only all started out when you tried to kiss her after the game where you sealed the Heisman and she was giving you attitude in front of the world to see. That was insane.
I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years.
All right. We gotta stop this cap right now, boy. Didn't y'all just celebrate y'all's 1 year anniversary? I'm pretty sure there's an article that describes y'all's relationship. It's been between 1 year and 2 years, boy, you capping. So she already embarrassed you right here. And then people went to digging and they saw this video right here.
I shot myself on Instagram and she dubbed me.
And I didn't dub. I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type. So then I left him.
I wasn't her type.
I left him in my DMs for like 2 months. And then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like be nothing. I just wanted to just be friends. Like we could be friends. And then after I finally answered him on Instagram, then we texted for like
A long time.
Like another 2 months. And then he was friend zoned because I didn't like. He was like, "Am I friend zoned?" I was like, "Yes." I was not into him. And then finally I had to go to a friend's birthday dinner. And I didn't want to go by myself, so he was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." And then he went with me, and then we was in love.
Yeah, we was in love ever since then.
You shot your shot on Instagram and she ignored you for 2 months. And then she gave you the phone number and kept you in the friend zone for 2 months longer. So you spent 4 months in the friend zone. And then the only way you were able to link up with her was when she was supposed to go to her friend's party and she didn't want to go alone. So she brought you to the party. And after that, y'all were in love ever since. You don't even have the common sense to see that she brought you to the party and people was like, "Yo, you know who that is?" So she found out who you were. And then all of a sudden, y'all were in love. I had this friend named Brandon. He wasn't really a friend. He was more of an acquaintance of a friend, but he was really cool. Brandon had this job. Brandon had this apartment that he shared with his mama. So then it comes the homie Dylan. Dylan's ex-girlfriend is hanging around, and the day Dylan's ex gets kicked out of her mama's house, she sleeps with Brandon. They're a couple. And now she lives there all of a sudden. Not to mention, we got this situation right here where you signing autographs, you doing your thing, and look at her. Attitude. She got so much attitude. She is the exact opposite of supportive. And she may be supportive behind closed doors, but she making you look like a fool, my nigga. Talking about some she's sad and she's drinking and she drank herself to sleep because she's so sad. Well, if it ain't the consequences of my own actions. Bro, you an athlete. You break down game film for a living. Break down the public game film of your relationship. I cannot remember the last time I wanted to be so wrong. This lady here says, "I was tired of being someone's housewife, so now at 23 with 3 kids, I'm pursuing being a lawyer." So I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of thought she was trolling us, and I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I thought maybe she was just giving up becoming a housewife to pursue a career, and maybe she was gonna stay with her guy. So I went scrolling on her page, and turns out ain't no man there. No, mama's way. This poor man, G, he worked his ass off, got a family with 3 kids, and now she's bored. That's really what it boils down to. She's fucking bored. I always think it's so crazy that a woman will break up her whole ass family because she's unhappy or because she's bored. Este pinche chica, estoy aburrida, so no me importa mi familia, la mamada. I used to work with a chick like this. Her name was Kelly. She came into the job because she was divorcing her husband and she had been a housewife for 15 years. So eventually we was like, "Kelly, you know, why you leaving your husband?" And it was all because her husband ran out of passion for her. Now, she admits that she literally let herself go throughout the course of the marriage. And he wasn't abusive. He wasn't cheating. He wasn't doing none of that. He just didn't give a fuck. Like, she would go out and he'd be like, all right, bye. He didn't have any passion for her anymore. So she divorced him to look for passion. Now she has to work. She used to be at work bitching about how much she got to work now. And I used to be looking at her like... And then the women at work would validate her bullshit, telling her she deserves better. She let herself go. He lost passion, so she left. You can't make this shit up. Now you may ask yourself, Brandon, what is hard R activity? I think we all know, but I'll give you a technical definition. The R stands for regrettable, as in I regret my actions. Or the R stands for reasons for stereotypes, because you know stereotypes come from somewhere.
Oh my baby hit it! Oh my baby hit it! Oh my baby hit it!
She flipped the whole truck. Be that. I ain't even got one, baby. I ain't even got one.
Alright, so this was great, but we're gonna break down the game film.
Oh my baby hit it! Oh my baby hit it! Oh my baby hit it!
Ah, yes. She starts out with the usual vernacular, the age-old on my, followed by something you care about. You see, if you put it on something, that means you're not lying. You feel it. It sounds like she's saying, on my baby daddy, on my baby daddy. I've never actually heard anybody put anything on their baby daddy. I've heard on my mama, on my kids, on my daddy's soul. I've never heard on my baby daddy, which means her baby daddy is very near and dear to her heart, which is refreshing in today's society. As you can see, this person has perfect form as they hang on to the inside of the driver's side door. Notice how they very narrowly missed making impact with the other car. Textbook form. We also have to give an honorable mention to the exposed undergarments. Look at that minivan. Tough.
Damn! She flipped the whole truck. Be that. I ain't even got one, baby. I ain't even got one.
Hear the ha. You hear how that came from the ha. She didn't even have to practice that. That girl is masculine.
If you haven't already, go back and watch my last video where I talk about how men don't really like us anymore.
All due respect, what's there to like? My entire life, women have been telling men they don't care about what we think. More importantly, they've been telling us my entire life they don't need a man. Then I've spent my entire adult life listening to why men are only good for money. But my favorite part about being an adult and dating women is telling a woman what you don't like about her. She spins it and makes it about you, because apparently you're supposed to accept any type of coochie, no matter who it is, no matter what. Every woman is a 10, and you should be grateful that a woman has you. Every woman is a 10, and every single guy should be extremely grateful for every single girl who happened to give him some coochie. And then we live in a up economy these days, and y'all want to talk about you want a guy to provide everything and you won't go 50-50, or you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. All you all talk about is what you won't do for a man. Effectively, you've proven yourselves to be useless by your own testimony, bitch. And I'm not talking about you, miss, in particular. I haven't watched the rest of your videos, but I do know women, and do you know why? I pay them attention when they speak. But I can't put all the onus on the women. Gentlemen, you have to take some accountability here as well. Men aren't hunters anymore. Men think women should give them choosing signals when they go outside for some reason. I don't even know what a choosing signal is. I'm aggressive. If I see you and you look good, I'm gonna walk up to you and say something. I'm gonna try to make you laugh, and if I swing and miss, I swing and miss. But you gotta swing, my nigga. For some reason, y'all have let women bully y'all out of being men. Maybe it's because of the rise in single mom households and the lack of masculinity in the house. Men are so defeated by rejection these days. But let me give you an analogy. Talking to women is like baseball, my nigga. If you bat .350 for your career, you go into the Hall of Fame. But what is batting .350? That means you get a hit 3.5 out of 10 times, which means you gonna miss 6.5 out of 10 times, which means those of us who are going to the Hall of Fame are missing more than half of the time. For today's random sports take, I would like to issue a formal apology to the WNBA. I thought they were delusional all on their own. Turns out the delusion comes from the top. You see, viewership in the NBA has been down dramatically this year, and instead of addressing exactly what the situation is, the lack of entertaining product, they want to talk about literally everything else. Viewership in the NBA has been down this year because all they want to do is layups and three-point shots. Teams is taking 50, 60, 73s a game. It don't make no damn sense. The mid-range game is dead, which means a lot of the awesome teamwork and individual highlightry that you would see is no longer existing because all everybody wants to do is shoot these broke-ass step-back threes. Not to mention, y'all got the games on all types of miscellaneous streaming things. If you buy one thing, you should be able to get all the games, but y'all trying to squeeze out every dollar out of everybody you possibly can, and it's having the exact opposite effect. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. We'll see y'all come to playoffs. We've reached a day and age where nobody keeps a journal or a diary anymore. People post their most private and intimate thoughts and their most embarrassing events to Beyonce's internet. Who got broken up with and then slept around to prove something and got pregnant but doesn't know who the baby daddy is? You could not have tortured that information out of me, and honestly, I would like to know what in God's name you thought you were proving. What is the get back when a guy dumps you and then you sleep around to prove a point? You're not disappointing him. The only man you're disappointing is your father, but we all know not a lot of y'all have those. And it's not your fault. Your mama ran him away, or your mama slept with somebody who wasn't worthy. Either way, half of your DNA belongs to somebody who ain't shit, or your mama is lying to you about him, because if he was some shit, that means she the one who ain't shit and broke up the family. Finding out I'm pregnant and not knowing who the dad is. Later on, finding out it's not the person I wanted to be the dad, who's an actual good dad and man. Now I'm stuck with a bum. Once again, you could not have paid me to put this kind of information on the internet. But ma'am, who's the bigger bum? The woman who got pregnant by the bum, or the woman who tried to trick a good man into raising a bum's child?